Welcome to the Torch Academy. Today we're asking a tough question. Is your business actually sellable? We'll cover the 8 critical factors buyers look for. Hey, welcome! So you're thinking about selling your business someday. But here's the thing. Not every business is equally attractive to buyers. Some businesses sail through the sales process, while others hit snag after snag or end up severely undervalued. The difference usually comes down to 8 key factors that buyers and their advisors evaluate carefully. The good news is that most of these issues can be fixed if you give yourself enough time. That's why we're talking about this now. Let me walk you through the 8 factors. First is recurring revenue. Buyers love predictable income. Think subscriptions, retainers, or long-term contracts. If your revenue is lumpy or one-off project work, that's a red flag. Second is owner dependency. How much does the business depend on you personally? If it falls apart without you, the buyer is not getting a real business, they're getting a job. Third is clean books. Your financial statements need to be accurate and auditable. Buyers won't trust what they can't verify. Fourth is customer diversification. If one customer is 30% of revenue, that's terrifying to a buyer. Fifth is transferable systems. Your business needs documented processes that don't live only in your head. Sixth is lease terms. Your landlord has to be willing to assign the lease, and there needs to be enough time left on it. Seventh is growth trajectory. Buyers want stability or growth, not a business in decline. And eighth is market timing. Are you selling into a strong market or a collapsing one? These 8 things matter. Here's a sobering stat. About 72% of businesses that come to market aren't really ready. They're missing 3 or more of these 8 critical factors. That's why so many sales stallers fall through. It's not because the business isn't good, it's because it wasn't prepared for sale. Here's a practical scorecard. On the strong side, you want recurring revenue making up more than 60% of sales. The business should run reasonably well without you jumping in on every decision. Your books should be clean, ideally audited. Your top 3 customers should be less than 40% of revenue combined. You need written systems and procedures. And your lease needs to allow assignment and have years left on it. On the weak side, if most revenue is project-based, that's harder to sell. If everything depends on you, that kills value. If your books are a mess, buyers won't trust the numbers. If one customer is huge, you're at risk. If processes aren't documented, the business is hard to transition. And if the lease is a problem, you've got a serious obstacle. Score yourself honestly on each factor. Let me give you a real example. Sarah owned a home cleaning service doing $800K a year with good profits. On paper, that looked great, but she scored only 6 out of 10 on sellability. Why? First, 35% of revenue came from just 2 large contracts, way too concentrated. Second, she personally handled almost all customer calls and relationship management. Third, her financial records were scattered everywhere, some in QuickBooks, some in spreadsheets, some in notebooks. Fourth, her lease had only 3 years left and didn't allow assignment to a new owner. When she talked to buyers, they saw strong revenue but huge risks. She ended up selling at 3.2 times EBITDA instead of the 4.5 times a cleaner business might fetch. That cost her roughly $250,000 in value. That's what poor sellability looks like. Here's the biggest mistake I see sellers make. They wait until they're ready to list the business to fix these problems. That's too late. At that point, you don't have time to build recurring revenue, you can't suddenly become replaceable, and customers won't magically diversify. Buyers see right through it. They know you're scrambling. That kills trust and destroys your negotiating power. The time to fix these things is now. 12 to 24 months before you actually list. That's why this series exists. So here's what I want you to do right now. Score your business on each of these 8 factors. Be brutally honest with yourself. If you're at a 7 or above, you're in decent shape. If you're below a 7, you have real work to do before listing. But don't panic. Every single one of these factors is fixable if you have the time. In the next video, We're going to map out exactly when to tackle each issue, month by month for the next 24 months. The honest takeaway: if your business has serious weaknesses in profitability, owner dependency, customer concentration, or documentation, a buyer will either walk away or offer far less than you expect. The good news is these are fixable problems, but fixing them takes time, which is why starting early matters so much. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, head over to torchapp.io/signup to create your free account. Torch uses AI to help you navigate buying or selling a small business, whether you're just exploring or ready to make a move. And don't forget to subscribe for more episodes from the Torch Academy.